Hi. Have you seen any of the posts on LinkedIn recently? I know I have over the past few months seen several of them where there are individuals making very strong accusations that human resources is not your friend. Human resources folks are out to get you. They're not to be trusted. That corporate talent acquisition teams are there for the sole purpose of blocking you from getting a job, that applicant tracking systems are developed to block candidates from getting through the system. If any of this sounds familiar, and if you've been at all in touch on LinkedIn, I'm sure you've seen some of these. I am here to offer you a different perspective. I want to offer you insight into the ways in which corporate human resources and talent acquisition teams work and how they can work collaboratively with recruiting agencies and headhunters. There are some fantastic recruiting agencies out there, some phenomenal headhunters out there. I've worked with them, I have relationships with them. So I am in no way bashing recruiting agencies or headhunters, but there is a whole side of this, unfortunately, that is not being shared with all of you as job seekers. And it's only fair that you understand the whole picture of how all of this works. I'm not saying that there aren't improvements that can be made in the candidate experience, the timing of feedback, the flow of applicant tracking systems. There's always room for improvement in everything we do. But there is not one time in my over 20 years of experience have I ever sat with a TA team or an HR team and heard conversations where they were plotting against candidates to keep them from applying for jobs, making it through the system, or being hired to fill a particular role. Internal human resources and talent acquisition teams have performance metrics, just like the rest of the world. And many of those metrics are based on how long a job is open, how long a hire stays. So candidate quality, candidate experience, cycle time. There's so many different metrics they're measured on. There is absolutely zero incentive for them to block qualified candidates from being able to move through the recruiting process. Unfortunately, there are those folks out here on LinkedIn who want to perpetuate this us versus them mentality. And I'm not sure if they're doing it simply for the attention to grow their following and to be sensationalizing a message, or if they sadly truly believe it. And again, I'm sure there are stories where people didn't have great experiences, but that doesn't mean that the entire population of folks working within HR and talent acquisition are out to get you. So I want to offer another side of the story and an opportunity to talk with all of you. In the comments below, I'm placing a link to the Business of HR community. Click on the link and join. It's free. Once you're there, on the left side, you'll see a navigation bar and a button for events. Click events and find the event for next Tuesday, July 28th at 5:30 p.m., where I am inviting all of you, all the job seekers, to join a call. And I will facilitate this session and I will share with you what I have learned over my 20 plus year career within human resources. I worked at a recruiting agency when I first started. I know the ins and outs of how all of this works. And throughout my career, I have either personally or led teams and hired over 50,000 people to jobs globally. I have a perspective I think can help many of you land your next job. I would also like to put out there to the universe an invitation to other folks within talent acquisition, folks who work for a recruiting agency or a headhunting firm, to join me on this call with job seekers so that we can show that it's possible for us to come together and work collaboratively to help folks find their next job. We do not have to perpetuate this us versus them mentality and live in this negative space of bashing one another. We need to do better. And this is one way in which we can come together and do better. So again, in the comments below, click on Business of HR, join the community, click on events, and sign up for our Zoom session next Tuesday, July 28th at 5:30 p.m. And we're going to have a discussion around all of the questions you may have regarding applying for a position, selection, interviewing, and how all of it works. Thanks so much.